तू चलता चल तू चलता चल तू चलता चल.
We'll start with Akshita Tyagi first. Can we see you, Akshita?
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. To start with, let me give some brief introduction about Akshita. Akshita is from Meerut. She has done her engineering from Meerut College of Engineering. She is in fact has been working in TCS as a systems engineer, and this was her sixth attempt at AFSB Mysore AFCAT entry. Now we ask her about her journey of starting with the motivation of joining the armed forces, the defense forces, and her previous attempts. The first attempt to fifth attempt, what all was done. Yes, please.
Okay, ma'am. So the motivation which I got to join the armed forces, that was from my father, as my father was in Air Force. So like I have been in that environment, and that's the reason why I was motivated to join the armed forces. Then I started with my preparation in my final year. I gave my first attempt in September 2020. In that I got conference out. Then again, I gave my second attempt in January 2021, and in that I got screened out. So, like, I have been following sir for quite a while till then on YouTube. Then after getting screened out, I thought of interacting with sir. Then I joined NFA in March 2021, and like in my first interaction, sir told me that like I was good, but I had to improve on some of the things. Like I had to make my life organized. Then there was motivation which I was lacking at that point of time, and I had to work upon my GK and my physical fitness. So this is what sir told me. Then like I followed sir, and then I gave my third attempt in July 2021. In that also I got conference out. So again came back. I talked to sir that sir what and all happened. I discussed it with him. Then he said like everything seems fine. Like you still have to keep working the same way as you are, and you'll surely make it. Then in January 2022, I got screened out twice in just a span of 8 days. So after that, I worked really like hard. In the mid, what I used to do is like I lacked consistency. I used to do exercise for 2 months, then I used to like stop doing it. I used to read, then I used to stop reading. So this consistency was missing in me. But when I got screened out in January, so like I just promised myself that whatever the result is, or whatever the result is going to be, but still I'll keep working upon myself. So like for 5 months, I worked, and then I got recommended in this sixth attempt.
Okay, that's great. Especially this is motivation for lady candidates who might think of giving up in between. Tell us about the recommendation, the SSB in which you got recommended, starting from day one, and then the psychology, GTO, your interview, then conference, everything. Some of the details that you can share with us.
Okay, so around 133 candidates reported at 2FSB Mysore on 16th of May. Then in the screening, we got a picture in which a man, a boy, in fact, he was sitting on a couch and kind of feeling drowsy, kind of sleeping. It seemed as if he had slept while working, and there were books in his background. So I made a simple story like he's a BTech candidate working on a final year project, and he slept while working, and how he managed to collect the information, the literature survey for the project, and then finally he was able to complete the project. So that was the simple story I made. Then out of 133, 47 of us got screened in. Then in Air Force, we had the psychology on the same day in the evening at around 6. So in psychology, I was able to complete 58 watts. Stories, I was able to complete all. Then SRTs, I was able to do only 48 SRTs this time. And SD, I had already prepared, like as sir says, that you can prepare your SD prior to going to SSB. So SD, I had already prepared. So this is how I dealt with my psychology. Then the next 2 days we had our GTO. So like in GD and GP, I had no problem. In GP, I followed the same structure that sir gave, the tabular form to write the GP. So it was quite helpful as there is shortage of time. So it's the tabular format. You can complete all the information easily. Then in GDs, I was able to give good points, and I also got a fair chance to speak. Like obviously, my group was very competitive, as all were repeaters. But still, I did not make it a fish market, and I tried to find a way in between in an assertive manner so that I can speak. I made good and valuable points in the GD. I can mention the topics as well. Like the first topic was how can you control, like justice delayed is justice denied. So what and all are the measures that you can take for it. So the first lead was accountability, second was technology, third was the infrastructure. So I went with an infrastructure as my preference. Then the uh, second topic was that for improving the indigenous development in India's defense sector, what and all are the things that we can do. So first was to improve self-reliance. Second was to improve the economy of the country. And third lead, I am unable to remember or recall right now. So that was it. Then in PGT, I was able to give ideas, and also I helped my group to cross over the obstacles. As our GTO told that every one of us are is it's like mandatory for every one of us to cross over. He didn't give us that relaxation that okay, you got the ideas and all of you can move. He said that I just want to see all of you moving over that bridge that you have built. So like I helped my fellow mates to cross over, and I gave good ideas. So the PGT was good. Similarly, HGT was also good. Uh, then uh, then there was lecturate. So I just remember two topics from my lecturate. It was natural calamities and nota. That is none of the above in the motic system that we have. So I spoke upon natural calamities. Like there was no international relations or no topic like that. So these were, so I spoke upon natural calamities. I was able to speak for a good 3 minutes without fumbling or without any problem. Then second day, we had our command task. So I was called first for the command task, and like the GTO made a few color changes. 5 to 6 times he made some color changes. So I was able to give him solution of all except for the last one. The last one when he made a change, so I was not able to give him the solution. So he told me to take help from my subordinates. So I did that. I took a hint, and then I was able to do it. So this is how my command task went. Then in individual obstacles, as it was raining, so we were supposed to do only 8 of the individual obstacles. I was able to do 7 out of 8. Then coming on to FGT, so that was also pretty good. Like we were able to do it nicely. Then the next day I had my interview scheduled, and in my interview, like most of the questions that were asked to me were personal only. Like what your friends see in you, what qualities do they see in you, or what do they want to improve in you, what your parents want, like what have you done anything which haven't made your parents proud, or which has made them think that you could have done better. So like most of the questions were personal. there were a few questions that he asked me related to Air Force. As my father has been in Air Force, so he asked me the trade that he was in, how that trade functions, and that. And then the function of AEL and administration in Air Force, then the aircrafts, the helicopters, the transport aircrafts that we use. Uh, then he also asked me a few, I think 2 or 3 GK questions. Like the first one was to tell him about Naxalism, from where it started and what and all is happening because of that. He asked me if there has been any recent incident of Naxalism. So I couldn't recall any at that time, but I told him about Naxalism. Then he asked me my stand upon Naxalism, like what I think about it, like is it good or bad, like that. He also asked me that like I am from UP, so what the UP government has done, which is good, like 3 things which the UP government has done in favor of the people. So that is what he asked me. So I was able to mention 2 at that time. Third one I said, sir, I am unable to recall. Then these were some of the GK questions. Yeah, and he also asked me the position of Galwan and Doklam on the Indian map. So that is also there. Then there were only personal questions related to my friends, my family, my brother, and all. So all in all, my interview went good. I think my interview went for around 40-45 minutes. So that was it. Then coming on to my conference, I had my conference the next day. So I was made to wait for around 30 seconds, I would say, or a minute. And my conference also went for a minute only. They just asked me like, how was your stay, Akshita? So I said, amazing, sir. And then they asked me like, highlight one thing of your stay, either from testing or outside, which you found amazing. So I just mentioned that, yeah, I really made very good friends over here and it was fun. So that's it. That was my whole experience.
Thank you so much for the experience sharing. Tell us something related to your preparation part. Especially, I found the interview officer asked you about Naxalism, the opinion-based questions, or current position in Galwan and Dokulam issue, or the judiciary system that was a part of your lecturate. How did this preparation take place gradually, and how did NFA and activities in the group help you to increase your knowledge base or some part of the preparation side?
Okay, so when I joined NFA, my general knowledge was really very poor, and like I was not at all interested in reading international relations or newspaper or anything. So then when I had my interaction with sir, so sir told me कि अगर तुझे पता ही नहीं होगा तेरे आसपास चल क्या रहा है, then there is no use. ठीक है, तो because of that I started to read and I took part in activities from NFA 15 for a very long period of time. Obviously, like I haven't been taking part for like 2-3 months because my work schedule have been quite hectic. But like still, I owe it to the people of NFA 15. Like there have been some friends, Ajay, Pallavi, Asta, and Jitendra was also there. So these were some of the people. They helped me to grow and to gain confidence and to gain knowledge. So because like if you are regularly reading things, if you are regularly participating, then in one activity you will be able to gather a lot of information about various topics, because all the people, they have different opinions about a topic, or if there's lecture, so they'll be speaking about different topics. So I believe that yes, it was very helpful for me.
Tell us some of the technical details. Some people feel diffident about lack of knowledge about the defense services. And you being having a defense background, you were asked such questions. How did you face and how did you prepare for the question? Knowledge about the Indian Air Force and all.
So, ma'am, for Indian Air Force, I just read the Wikipedia. I think sufficient information is given upon it, like starting from the history of the Indian Air Force to the recent developments in procurement. basically I read about if there have been any current exercises that Air Force has participated in, or if there have been any recent procurements. Then like for my background, I asked my father directly, what was the function of your trade and how did it work. So like he helped me to just explain it properly, what the exact function of that is. So like this is how I prepared about it.
Now, apart from this, tell us something about the exercising, physical fitness. How did you maintain that? Especially, it would be helpful for lady candidates.
Okay, so ma'am, when I joined NFA, I was not involved, not at all involved in any of the physical fitness. Then, like when I joined it, I was not even able to run 2 kilometers in a single go. But now, like I can run 4 kilometers in a single go in 24 minutes. So that is my timing, and it evolved gradually. I used to run daily. So first, like when I used to run, I used to get exhausted very easily. But still, I kept trying, and I, like maintained the consistency for it. So like this is how I achieved it. Then my upper body strength was not that good. I was not able to do even a single push up at that time. Now I am able to do around 10, 12 push ups in a single go. So I joined gym in between, but then I was not able to manage it properly with my work timings and all. So I started to do exercises at my home only. I had dumbbells at my home. Then I had those there are that bands, resistance bands we have. So I did that. Then skipping, then running daily. So this is how I maintained my physical fitness.
I'm done for now. Since you are, I guess, an old student, sir will be in a better position to ask more questions. I give it to sir.
Okay, thanks, Yogita and Akshita. Congratulations. Please just explain one question that I have actually in my mind for my benefit and for the benefit of others. When the first time I spoke to you, I had realized that there are few things which are needing improvement. But I had expected you to, get recommended much earlier than you have got recommended. So kindly explain, my query. What took you this much of time? What were the things?
Sir, uh, I like you, whatever you told me, I did that for first, I think 4, 5 months. Then I stopped doing it. And sir, in fact, you told me to, take my work seriously. And I was just working for the sake of working. I was not interested into it. So that was the thing. So like my focus was more upon SSB than on being competent in life. So that was the problem that was there. Then eventually I realized that no, this shouldn't be there. Like I should more than just that single thing that is SSB. So I started to work in a better way. Like now, my rating was 4.5 previously, and this time I have got 5 out of 5. So like this is how I improved in my work also, and like my manager is quite impressed by the way I have been working. Then physical fitness also, I lacked consistency. I used to do exercise, then I stopped doing. So this was what led me like this much time it took me to get recommended. And so obviously I got screened out in 2 attempts, so that was there.
So the lesson which emerges for you as well as others is that being consistent is important. And whatever we do, we have to do with focus.
Yes,
If anything we do in a lackadaisical manner, it is actually making us less competent. Because what is our, our nature, our attitude towards work, towards life, towards our daily activities, that is going to play a very crucial role in what we are as a person. And what we are as a person is that is what is going to emerge.
yes sir, definitely sir.
एक बात है ना.
Yes sir, बिल्कुल सही बात है sir.
तो बात बनी गई, बननी तो थी ही. ये तो आपको भी पता था ना कि एक दिन तो बनेगी बात.
Yes sir, I was sure sir, but time ले लिया sir काफी मैंने.
टाइम मिल गया, टाइम मिल गया. चलो कोई बात नहीं. You're young. You got a long future ahead of us, ahead of you. And I'm actually it's very heartening. अक्षिता, हमारे मेरठ वाले बड़ा अच्छा कर रहे हैं.
सर बहुत दम है सर मेरठ के लोगों में.
हाँ, बड़ा नहीं, मेरठ वाले में दम होता है. There is no doubt about that. अपनी पुनीर अभी बची हुई है, आदित्य की बहन ना.
Okay.
You're not interacted with her.
No sir, I don't know.
हाँ, वो है. Otherwise देर सवेर में हो ही जा रहे हैं. But that was all I had to ask you. Any questions you have for me?
नहीं सर, कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं है सर.
डांट बहुत मारता हूँ.
नहीं सर, आप डांटते नहीं हो सर, एंड आपकी डांट काम आती है सर. Like I think the best thing about you is you are very straightforward, और सर आप sugar coat नहीं करते. आप सीधा बोल देते हो ये कमी है और इस पे काम करना है, और नहीं होगा काम तो तेरा नहीं होगा. So sir, that is the best thing about you sir. So thank you very much for all your guidance.
Thank you so much, Akshita. You've done us proud. You've done your family proud, and keep doing us proud. And remain in touch. And of course, मेरठ वाली है, आती रहेगी, कभी मिलने भी आना.
Yes sir,
मिल ही
sure.
नहीं पाए, कोविड का इतना वो रहा. Fine.